Today, we are not just scratching the surface. We are plunging into the abyss of a story so profound, so impactful, that it has the potential to send shockwaves through the entire stellar ecosystem and beyond. Get ready, because what we're about to unveil concerning the World Bank's deep-seated engagement with Stellar, XLM, isn't just flying under the radar, it's a story that's been kept in the shadows, perhaps intentionally. Why? Because its implications are far too significant for the old guards of finance to broadcast widely. For too long, the narrative around cryptocurrency has been dominated by meme coins, billionaire tweets, and the intoxicating allure of overnight riches. The crypto world, as vibrant and innovative as it is, often buzzes with a cacophony of hype, speculation, and, let's be honest, a fair amount of noise. Fortunes are made and lost in cycles of euphoria and panic, all while the truly transformative developments, the ones that are actually building the rails for the future of finance, often get buried. But what we're discussing today is different. This is a testament to real-world utility. This is a narrative of profound institutional adoption, the kind that doesn't just make for a good headline but signifies a fundamental endorsement of a technology's power to solve some of the world's most intractable problems. We're talking about the World Bank, one of the most influential financial institutions on the planet, not just peripherally acknowledging blockchain, but actively exploring and working with the Stellar Development Foundation. Think about that for a moment. The World Bank, an organization established in the aftermath of World War II to foster global economic development and poverty reduction. An institution that disperses tens of billions of dollars in loans and grants annually. This isn't a fintech startup dabbling in crypto. This is a cornerstone of the existing global financial order. And they are looking at Stellar. The media might throw you a bone, a brief mention, a cursory article. But they won't tell you the depth of this engagement. They won't connect the dots for you. They won't explain what it truly means when an institution of this magnitude turns to a specific blockchain network to enhance its core operations. Why the silence? Why the lack of deep dive analysis? Could it be that the full scope of this collaboration hints at a future where decentralized systems play a far more integral role than many are prepared to admit? Every single XLM holder, every single person who believes in the power of blockchain to create a more equitable and efficient financial system, needs to understand the gravity of this. This isn't just about a potential price pump, though, let's be clear, the long-term value implications are undeniable. This is about validation. This is about the quiet, methodical integration of Stellar's technology into the very fabric of international development finance. We're going to pull back the curtain on the conversations happening behind closed doors, on the strategic maneuvers that are paving the way for Stellar to become an indispensable tool for global financial institutions. We'll explore what it really means when Stila Matson of the World Bank talks about traceability and visibility for World Bank loans using Stellar's blockchain. This isn't just about tracking funds. It's about revolutionizing transparency, accountability, and efficiency on a scale that could impact millions of lives. The media might be focused on the next Bitcoin ETF or the latest regulatory FUD, but they are missing the tectonic plates shifting beneath their feet. They aren't telling you how the very architecture of global aid and development financing is being reevaluated, with Stellar positioned as a key enabler of this transformation. They won't highlight the strategic brilliance of Denelle Dixon, CEO of the Stellar Development Foundation, as she navigates the corridors of power at the IMF World Bank annual meetings, not just as a participant, but as a pivotal voice shaping the discourse on the future of cross-border payments. So, if you're tired of the superficial narratives, if you're hungry for the real story, the one with tangible, world-altering implications, then you've come to the right place. We're about to embark on a journey that will shock you, enlighten you, and ultimately, empower you with knowledge that the mainstream won't provide. This is the story of Stellar and the World Bank, the silent revolution that's about to get very, very loud. Stay with us because the details will astound you. This is precisely what they don't want you to connect. The SDF's focus on financial inclusion isn't just a marketing slogan. It's woven into the very DNA of the Stellar network. The technology itself, the Stellar Consensus Protocol, SCP, is designed to be energy efficient, fast, settling transactions in seconds, not minutes or hours, and incredibly cheap, transaction fees are a tiny fraction of a cent. These technical attributes are not accidental. They are deliberate design choices aimed at making financial services affordable and accessible even in the most resource-constrained environments. Over the years, long before the current buzz around institutional adoption reached its fever pitch, Stellar was quietly and diligently building a track record of real-world applications, forging partnerships that demonstrated its tangible utility. These weren't speculative ventures. They were targeted interventions aimed at solving specific problems for specific communities. Consider the integration with Vumi in 2015, a messaging platform in South Africa. This was a pioneering move. In a region where mobile phone penetration often outstrips access to traditional banking services, Stellar enabled Vumi users to leverage cell phone talk time as a form of currency. This wasn't just a novelty. It was a lifeline, a practical solution that transformed a readily available asset, mobile airtime, into a medium of exchange, effectively banking the unbanked through a technology they already used daily. This early project underscored Stellar's commitment to meeting users where they are, adapting its technology to fit existing behaviors and infrastructure. Then, in 2016, a development occurred that should have sent much stronger signals to the traditional financial world. Deloitte, one of the Big Four global accounting and consulting firms, chose Stellar to build a cross-border payments application. Deloitte, a bastion of traditional finance and corporate advisory, working with a then-nascent blockchain protocol? This was a powerful endorsement. The project, known as Deloitte Digital Bank, aimed to showcase how blockchain technology could revolutionize banking operations, dramatically reducing transaction costs and settlement times. While it was a proof of concept, its significance lay in demonstrating that a major mainstream institution recognized Stellar's potential for enterprise-grade solutions. The media, a few polite nods, but the earth-shattering implications of such a conservative giant embracing this tech were largely glossed over. The momentum continued to build. Partnerships with ICICI Bank in India, one of the country's largest private sector banks, and Coins.ph, a leading mobile wallet and cryptocurrency exchange in the Philippines, significantly expanded Stellar's reach in Asia, a continent that is a hotbed for remittance flows and financial innovation. The collaboration with ICICI Bank focused on enabling faster and cheaper international money transfers for retail and corporate customers, directly challenging the dominance of traditional correspondent banking networks. With Coins.ph, Stellar powered more efficient remittances into the Philippines, a country where millions rely on money sent from overseas workers. These weren't just abstract technical integrations. They were about delivering tangible benefits, more money reaching families, faster access to funds, and lower costs for hardworking individuals. These examples, stretching back almost a decade, paint a clear picture. Stellar has never been about hype. It's been about a relentless, methodical execution of its core mission. It's been about building a global financial network that is open, equitable, and universally accessible. This long history of focusing on real-world problems, of partnering with established entities, of prioritizing financial inclusion, is precisely what has laid the groundwork for its current, deeper engagements with apex institutions like the World Bank. The World Bank doesn't just partner with unproven technologies. It seeks out solutions with a demonstrated capacity for impact. Stellar's entire journey has been a build-up to this moment, proving its mettle not in speculative trading forums, but in the demanding arena of real-world financial services. And that is a narrative the fleeting headlines will never capture. The IMF World Bank nexus and the private sector power play, Denelle Dixon's strategic vision. The plot thickens, and the strategic importance of Stellar becomes even more apparent when we look beyond the direct collaboration with the World Bank's loan disbursement mechanisms and observe Stellar's astute positioning within the highest echelons of global financial governance. The participation of Denelle Dixon, the dynamic CEO of the Stellar Development Foundation, in the IMF World Bank annual meetings is not a mere photo opportunity or a ceremonial appearance. It's a calculated move in a high-stakes game, a testament to Stellar's growing influence and its recognized role as a crucial private sector innovator in the evolving landscape of international finance. The IMF World Bank annual meetings are where the global financial elite converge: central bankers, finance ministers, development experts, and private sector leaders to discuss the state of the global economy and shape future policy. For Stellar to have a prominent voice in these discussions, specifically on the critical topic of cross-border payments, is incredibly telling. It signals that the institutions historically seen as the gatekeepers of the global financial system are not only listening but actively engaging with leaders from the world of blockchain and digital assets. Denelle Dixon didn't just attend. She articulated a clear, compelling vision for how the private sector, and specifically platforms like Stellar, can and must play a pivotal role. Her emphasis on several key areas reveals a sophisticated understanding of what is needed to bridge the old financial world with the new, and why the media's simplistic portrayal of crypto versus banks misses the entire point. Let's unpack Dixon's core messages, because they are not just talking points. They are strategic pillars for Stellar's institutional adoption. Developer-friendly technology, ensuring platforms like Stellar are easy to use and improve upon existing financial systems. This might sound like a technical detail, but its strategic importance cannot be overstated. Dixon isn't just advocating for blockchain in the abstract. She's highlighting Stellar's specific strengths. By emphasizing developer-friendly technology, she's directly addressing a major barrier to adoption for many complex blockchain protocols. Stellar has always prioritized clear documentation, robust SDKs, software development kits, and an architecture that allows developers to build and integrate financial applications with relative ease. The crucial part of this point is improve upon existing financial systems. This is not a declaration of war on the incumbent system. It's an offer of evolution, not revolution in a destructive sense. The media often frames crypto as a disruptive force aiming to tear down traditional finance. While there's an element of that, Dixon's message is more nuanced and, frankly, more effective for institutional engagement. She's saying to the world banks and IMFs of the world, you have systems, you have reach, you have challenges. Our technology can make what you do better, faster, cheaper, and more transparent. This collaborative, enhancement-focused approach is far more palatable and far more likely to gain traction with large, established institutions than a purely antagonistic stance. The untold story here is that Stellar is positioning itself as a partner for progress, not just a disruptor. User-centric products, building solutions that address real user problems in a simple manner. This is where Stellar's long history of focusing on real-world use cases, which we discussed earlier, comes into play. Dixon's emphasis on user-centric products and addressing real user problems in a simple manner cuts through the often impenetrable jargon of the crypto world. She's speaking the language of development organizations, of financial service providers who are on the ground trying to solve tangible issues for everyday people and businesses. Whether it's facilitating low-cost remittances, enabling micropayments, providing access to stablecoins in inflationary economies, or streamlining trade finance, Stellar's ecosystem is geared towards practical applications. This focus resonates powerfully with institutions like the World Bank, whose entire raison d'etre is to solve real-world problems related to poverty and economic development. The media might be obsessed with the latest DeFi yields or NFT crazes, but Dixon is reminding the global financial leaders that the true power of this technology lies in its ability to deliver simple, elegant solutions to complex, everyday financial challenges for billions of people. This user-centricity is a massive differentiator and a key reason why Stellar is gaining institutional traction. Interoperability, enhancing, rather than replacing, existing financial infrastructure. This is perhaps the most strategically brilliant point and the one most fundamentally misunderstood by media narratives that thrive on conflict. The message of interoperability and enhancing, rather than replacing, is a direct invitation to collaboration. Stellar is not presenting itself as a Trojan horse designed to dismantle the global financial system from within. Instead, it's offering itself as a vital bridge, a network layer that can connect disparate legacy systems, new fintech platforms, and other blockchains. Think of the existing financial infrastructure, SWIFT, ACH, correspondent banking networks. These systems are deeply entrenched, with trillions of dollars flowing through them daily. A strategy of outright replacement is daunting and likely to face immense resistance. Stellar's approach, as articulated by Dixon, is far more pragmatic and ultimately more transformative. By enabling interoperability, Stellar allows existing financial players to connect to the benefits of blockchain technology. Speed, low cost, transparency, without needing to rip and replace their entire infrastructure overnight. It allows for a phased, evolutionary approach to modernization. Dixon's statement that permissionless networks like Stellar can serve as infrastructure layers is key. This positions Stellar not as just another application, but as foundational technology, akin to TCP/IP for the Internet. It's a neutral rail upon which a multitude of financial services and innovations can be built by various entities: banks, fintechs, MTOs, money transfer operators, and even central banks exploring CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. This infrastructure play is what the media isn't fully appreciating. Stellar isn't just competing to be a payment app. It's aiming to be the network that enables countless payment apps and financial services globally. Dixon's participation and her specific messaging at the IMF World Bank annual meetings are not isolated incidents. They are part of a carefully orchestrated, long-term strategy by the Stellar Development Foundation to embed Stellar within the mainstream of global finance. This isn't about chasing speculative hype. It's about building deep, lasting relationships with the institutions that shape the financial world. It's about demonstrating, through tangible use cases and a collaborative vision, that Stellar is not a threat, but an indispensable partner in building a more inclusive, efficient, and transparent global financial future. The power play here is subtle but incredibly potent. By engaging directly with these apex institutions, by offering solutions that enhance rather than merely disrupt, Stellar is quietly becoming an insider, a trusted partner. This level of strategic engagement, this focus on interoperability and real-world problem-solving, is what distinguishes Stellar from so many other projects in the crypto space. And it's this strategic depth that the fleeting, sensationalist headlines will consistently fail to capture, leaving those who only follow the mainstream completely in the dark about the true magnitude of Stellar's ascent. The ripple effect, financial inclusion, market realities, and your next move. We've journeyed through the underreported depths of Stellar's genesis, its unwavering mission, its groundbreaking collaboration with the World Bank, and the strategic acumen of its leadership in navigating the complex corridors of global finance. Now, let's bring it all together and understand the profound ripple effect of these developments, not just for the Stellar network itself, but for the broader goals of financial inclusion, the realities of the crypto market, and most importantly, what this means for you, the informed XLM holder, the discerning investor, the believer in a decentralized future. The true impact of Stellar's work, particularly its collaborations with institutions like the World Bank and its alignment with the priorities discussed at the IMF, extends far beyond the digital ledger. It touches the lives of millions, offering pathways to economic empowerment where previously there were only barriers. The Stellar Development Foundation's collaboration with PwC to develop a framework for assessing the effectiveness of blockchain projects in emerging markets is not just an academic exercise. It's a vital tool for measuring real-world change, and the findings are nothing short of revolutionary. Their research revealed that blockchain-based payment solutions, the very kind that Stellar champions, significantly increased access to financial products. How? By drastically lowering the often prohibitive fees associated with financial transactions, bringing them down to 1% or even less. For someone sending a small remittance to their family across a border, the difference between a 10% fee and a sub-1% fee is monumental. It's the difference between a child going to school or not, between medicine being purchased or not, between a small business having enough capital to grow or stagnating. This isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about tangible improvements in people's lives. Consider the example of Argentina, a nation that has repeatedly grappled with devastating hyperinflation. For Argentinians, preserving wealth isn't an abstract financial goal. It's a daily struggle for survival. The report highlighted how stablecoin applications built on the Stellar network provided a lifeline for users in such environments. By allowing individuals to easily convert their rapidly devaluing local currency into price-stable digital assets pegged to currencies like the US dollar, Stellar provided a shield against economic volatility, empowering ordinary people to protect their savings and maintain their purchasing power. This is financial inclusion in its most potent form, providing tools that offer resilience and hope in the face of systemic economic instability. The media might show you pictures of long queues outside banks in crisis-stricken countries, but they rarely connect the dots to the viable, decentralized solutions like Stellar that are offering practical alternatives. Now, let's address the elephant in the room for many: the market snapshot, the price, the daily fluctuations that dominate so much of the crypto discourse. You'll see the charts. Stellar, XLM, at 27 cents, a marginal gain or loss on any given day. And it's easy to get caught up in the short-termism, to let the daily green and red candles dictate your perception of a project's value. But what we've uncovered today should compel you to look far beyond these superficial indicators. While Stellar's price and market cap might not always scream for attention amidst the noise of fleeting meme coin pumps or overhyped narratives, its real-world applications, its deep institutional collaborations, and its unwavering commitment to its foundational mission speak volumes more than any daily price chart ever could. The World Bank's engagement, Stella Motson's understated yet powerful words about traceability for billions in loans, Denelle Dixon's strategic positioning at the heart of global financial discussions. These are the fundamental value drivers that the speculative markets often overlook until it's too late. This is the shocking truth that the media won't scream from the rooftops. The real revolution isn't always televised in the ticker tape of a crypto exchange. It's happening in the quiet collaborations, in the foundational layers of technology being laid, in the trust being built with the world's most influential institutions. The engagement with the World Bank is not just a pilot project. It's a testament to Stellar's maturity, its security, its scalability, and its alignment with global development goals. It's a signal that Stellar is being seriously considered as a component of the future financial architecture. In conclusion, the crypto market is often a whirlwind of hype, hope, and, at times, hysteria. But beyond the daily drama, profound, systemic changes are underway. The World Bank's quiet but significant engagement with Stellar is a landmark development, a clear indication that blockchain technology, and specifically Stellar's iteration of it, is moving beyond the fringes and into the core of global finance. This isn't just about faster transactions or lower fees. It's about transparency, accountability, financial inclusion, and the potential to reshape how development aid is delivered and how economies in the global south can participate more fully in the global financial system. Every single XLM holder should feel a renewed sense of conviction, not because of speculative fervor, but because of the undeniable, tangible progress being made on fronts that truly matter. The media may not be telling you the full story, they may be missing the depth and the long-term implications, but now you know. You know that Stellar is not just surviving. It's strategically positioning itself to thrive as a foundational element of the next generation of finance. The silent revolution is happening, and Stellar, with partners like the World Bank, is leading the charge. Don't let the noise distract you from the signal. The future is being built, and Stellar is undeniably a key architect. What are your thoughts? Did you know the full extent of the World Bank's work with Stellar? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this deep dive valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we're committed to bringing you the stories the mainstream media won't tell you. This is just the beginning.